Well, another warning now about the Schumer Mansion tax bill, that monster that they're going to take a look at and try to pass later this week. The Wall Street editorial board says progressives want Joe Biden to unleash what they call beast mode executive power. And the Schumer Mansion tax bill supplies the cash to turn the Internal Revenue Service into a Wolverine. The plan includes $80 billion in new funding for the tax man. The main targets will be, by necessity, the middle and upper middle class, because that's where the money is. Watch.
You got to ask yourself a few questions. One, the IRS either assumes that you've got Americans cheating to the tune of $200 billion. That must be one of the considerations. Two, the IRS is just so inefficient they haven't been able to collect this money. Or three, have they just come up with a plug number to justify this massive spending bill? I think it's number three. But with this many agents being hired, I think they're coming after all of us.
Tammy Bruce, Fox News contributor, host of Get Tammy Bruce on Fox Nation in Focus Now. So I'm understanding a little bit more about maybe why Senator Manchin questioned my patriotism when I was talking about taxes yesterday.
Outrageous.
And I get it. It's a conversation, whatever. But as we learn more about this, the IRS is already scary. Now they're going to be Wolverines, according to that one op-ed.
Yes, Joe Manchin's a smart man, and he is playing word games. He says, oh, there's no new taxes. Well, inflation is a hidden tax. This is what they do. They're saying, oh, we're not hitting you from the front. We're going to hit you from the back. And you won't notice. It's invisible. So it's not a new tax. So not only have Americans been paying an inflated tax through the hidden tax of inflation, because as you pay more money for things, there's more taxes you pay on those things. The government receives more money as a result, et cetera. But beyond that, in this bill, it's remarkable. Of course, they can't raise taxes on you. So in spending $80 billion, which is 6 times more than the annual yearly budget of the entire IRS, they're going to be unleashed against the American people, but not the upper classes. And why is that? Because they can afford lawyers. They can fight back.
Oh, Tammy.
Now, naturally,
Wow.
this is the under 20. It's, yes, the middle class. I agree with the Wall Street Journal. But generally, the audits that happen, which are paper audits, you get a scary letter from the IRS. If you make under $25,000 a year, with the gig economy, a lot of people aren't making a lot of money, but they're making that kind of different kind of money, that you get this letter, even if you should fight it or you would win, you pay because you're scared. And that's why there's more money generated by those people who are making less than $25,000 a year. The earned income tax credit with children, if you own your own business, you're not making a lot of money, those people are targeted. And then, of course, it's the middle class, because they know you're not going to hire an attorney to say no. You're just going to believe them. This is the same IRS that destroyed 30 million paper filings just earlier because they just couldn't handle it. And all this money is going to be for investigators, civil suits, a bunch of new cars. This is a law enforcement agency that spawned Lois Lerner, that has, who knows, maybe it's going to be the parents who go to these school board meetings.
Went after conservatives. But look, I mean, this is when Americans are hurting, really kicking them in the teeth.
Exactly.
No, I'm lucky that he only questioned my patriotism, but he challenged me, Manchin. Read it. And now that we're reading it, look what's in it. Wow.
You know, the patriotism is acknowledging the truth of this, that this is an assault on the American people during a time of high inflation, during an uncertain time economically in general, and you're going to go after and squeeze more blood out of that rock. Shame on you. How dare you? And for Joe Manchin to be pretending this isn't a new tax, he's deciding to not face the truth because he's getting something. And, you know, it just shows you they're all the same out there in Washington.
Kirsten Sinema. Wonder what she'll do now. The
crossed.
Democrat senator from Arizona, the only one holding out at this point. Hearing today for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband over his DUI arrest last May. And while Paul Pelosi is not expected at today's arraignment, we are learning some new details about the night that he crashed his Porsche. A criminal complaint reveals it was a, quote, major collision, in fact. Reading that Paul Pelosi had red, watery eyes, he was unsteady on his feet, and was slurring his words. It's also said that Pelosi tried to use privilege to get out of trouble by flashing a police courtesy card. He wasn't charged with a felony, even though the other driver suffered minor injuries. Then, just last night, the presiding judge in the case stepped down and was replaced by a registered Democrat who once worked for the Napa district attorney. Our own Jesse Waters did a deep dive.
This is totally deck stacking, if I've ever seen it. How can we expect a fair trial here when the judge and the prosecutors are all politically on the same side as the defendant, financially connected? There's a family connection we've told you about, too. Can you say rigged?
What do you say?
Well, I think this is why the American people don't trust the government. They don't trust law and order. They don't trust the justice system at this point. There's a legitimacy crisis. This is now out in the open, where at least we're in a country where we can discuss it. The problem is he swerved into a lane in front of a Jeep. It is a miracle no one was killed, including himself.
Amen.
And so you've got that injured driver. It is an astounding dynamic where we just now look away and think, well, we know that nothing's going to happen here. That is not the way this country should run. No matter who was behind that wheel should be facing the same sort of justice. But, you know, Nancy Pelosi is connected. Her husband's connected. They have lots of money. This system, when we talk about justice reform, it goes right back to that. It's about who's got money and who doesn't. And now the government, as we've just discussed, is working to make sure the poorer, or at least the lower middle class, have even less. That means we'll have less of a voice and less influence. And this is dangerous because you want people to trust elections. You want them to trust the justice system. And more as we look around, we see things, and perhaps for a very long time, have been perhaps rigged against us. But now we're talking about it, and we know, and there's a fight to keep it that way. So this is a chance now for us to say we all deserve better. California deserves better. They know that. San Francisco, that entire regime. It's a regime. These are things where it's like people are supposed to inherit these offices, or they're the royalty of the country. Far from it. They're the worst among us. They're broken people. They do things because they can. We've heard that before. And it's time that we say enough is enough.
Wow. Every time I hear you talk like that, it reminds me of all the reasons you gave for leaving the Democratic Party.
That's right.
Yeah. Tammy Bruce, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.